I saw a sweatshirt on Facebook for sale, and it says, "I'm just a Massachusetts girl in Texas, in the Texas world." And so, right now, that's what I am. I'm from Massachusetts. We just moved down here. My daughter-in-law and my son and husband, grandson, baby coming. Honestly, I think the end of December, beginning of January, it was kind of like a fleeting thought again. And, you know, we were going to come down here a year ago, and it just didn't pan out. There were some things that still needed to be worked out. And so here we are a year later, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to," and I said, "Really? Because Mama's not playing games this time. Because if we're going to do this, I'm getting us a place, and we're just going to do it." And that's really what we did. And over the next several weeks was just like craziness. You know, we threw a wedding in there, and then we had to pack up 2 households into 1 truck, and, you know, we thought everything was gonna fit, and then it didn't fit, and then my husband and I had a trip planned to go do ministry in Europe for a couple weeks, and so we like barely made it out of Europe before they closed the borders. Wow. So we got back, visited for a day in Massachusetts, and jumped in our cars and drove to Texas. Wow. So. And I was probably the only one that really wasn't fully on board, because I left a lot of family back in Massachusetts, and you know, it's only God in my life that I'm here. It's only God, because me in Kristina's flesh wouldn't be here. I'd be home snuggling some grandkids. So I made it here. It's hot. Always hot. It's the first time I think I've worn a pair of jeans since I've been here. But yeah, I would just like to share just what God's done in my life, because I have such a heart for broken people, because I just grew up so incredibly broken. You know, we can, you know, talk for a half hour of all the things and horridities that can happen to us as children. You know, you can throw sexual abuse in there, physical abuse, emotional abuse. Did your parents ignore you? Did they expect too much from you? You know, no matter what, no matter what the pain was when we were growing up, it's our pain. So you might not have been sexually abused like I was. I might not know, I don't know what it feels like to have parents to expect anything from me, because they pretty much didn't want me and ignored me. So go outside and play and take care of your brothers and sisters. And so when I came out of my childhood, angry, alone, scared, filled with fear. I was fat, ugly, stupid, disgusting, and you know, at 11 years old, around 11 or 12, I found alcohol. And for me, I found God. That was my God, because it made me feel good about myself. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't think I was all that disgusting. You know, I had a sense of humor, I was funny, I could be outgoing, I could go and have fun, you know, I could be the life of the party, and you know, so by the time I'm 13 or 14, I'm pretty much a full-blown alcoholic and a drug addict. And I really just want to really just go quick through this. At 7 years old, I'm in a small town. A little girl comes into my neighborhood, gives me a Bible. And I think I went to church with them, I'm not sure. And I gave my life to Christ. It's like a vague recollection. But that Bible would be something that I still have today, and it's the only thing I have from my childhood. I have nothing else from my childhood except, I look at the good memories now, I don't look at the bad memories, they don't come up anymore. But, so I'm 15, pregnant, you know, with another screwed up guy, you know, who came from the same childhood I came from, so, you know, we were a perfect match. We fought, we threw things at each other, you know. It was crazy. By the time I'm 18, I have 2 kids with this man. And it just kind of, yeah, my life was crazy. But the grace of God, I feel, when I got that Bible at 7 years old, grace and mercy, I feel, fell upon me. And I wouldn't know what any of that meant, and I wouldn't even see it for so many years to come. Like so many years to come. 40 from 7 years old. No, 30, because I was 37. So at 37, you know, I go, just pretend like I'm a drunk, I'm mean, I'm not nice to people, but then I'm nice to people, and then I like you, but I hate you, and I don't know, I came off, I guess, like this really, really strong person to people, and people would always compliment me and say, wow, you're so strong, I wish I could be like you. You know, when you fall down, you just dust yourself up and you get right back up, and I'm just looking at them, I'm like, oh, thank you, thank you. But in my head, all I want to do is die. I just wish I could die. And I don't have the nerve to kill myself. You know, there was a couple of I don't know if they were serious attempts, but attempts in drunken stupors or whatever I was doing in my life. And, you know, I tried geographical cures, and I can't really talk about the places because y'all don't know what they are, so, because we're in Texas. So, you know, I try to move an hour away, and I'm going to change, you know, I'm always going to change my life. At 14, I moved, and I was going to start over. At 14, I didn't start it. And I'm trying to start my life over at 14. That's how messed up my life was. So, so one thing I would carry with me is a hatred. A love-hate relationship with my mom. Through many years, you know, we would have some good times, some bad times, but the memories in my head that I couldn't get rid of and I didn't know how to deal with would control my world for so many years because I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't know what to do with the thoughts. You know, that I'm dirty, that I'm nasty, that I'm disgusting, that I'm stupid, that I'm ugly, that I'm fat. How could you like me? Like my mother doesn't even like me. You know, how could you like me? How could God like me? My mother doesn't even like me. You know, and I hate her. And all I can think of is if this woman dies, how will I feel? I don't even know. Like, there were times that I would go through and I would think, I'll just go spit on her grave and get drunk. Like, I don't know. And it scared me because I loved her. And I wanted her to love me and like me. And why didn't she? And so, we fast forward, I'm 37, I'm a mess. I'm in the bathroom on the floor, and I say to God, I can't do this anymore. And I'm living just a miserable existence, but on the outside in the world, I look like this happy-go-lucky, you know, I play softball on Sunday, I drink with the boys and their wives, and, you know, we're just having fun, and I'm still the life of the party, and, you know, but I'm miserable. I hate my life. I hate opening my eyes in the morning. I hate looking in the mirror. I hate me. And I don't even know who I am. And so I'm laying on the floor of the bathroom, and I say to God, listen, I'm crying and sobbing. I'm in the fetal position. If you can't teach me how to get up every single day and live life, then please, please give me the courage to kill myself. Because I can't live like this anymore. I can't get up and face the day anymore. I hate it. I hate it. You know, I'm a failure. I'm gross. Why would I want to be here? And so, it would be a little bit of time before he answered that prayer. So it was approximately 6 or 8 months went by, and it got so bad. I was on a lot of medication. I had a lot of back problems back then. I've been in chronic pain since I was about 12, so I've lived with pain for a long time, but I had blown out a disc, and I needed surgery, and so I'm working at this, I'm not even going to go into that story, because go look on Facebook and look up the ice cream salvation. So this woman, Elizabeth, I meet her, And a few months go by, and I hook up with her again, and I go to church with her, and I get saved again. And so it was kind of funny because she was like, she got her arm around me, and I don't think she knew, you know, because you got to close your eyes because you can't get saved with people looking. We don't want anybody to know we got saved. I don't want nobody to see me put my hand up like I need Jesus. Like, what is wrong with me? But it's a scary thing, because, I tried everything in my life. I tried drugs, alcohol, men, money, buying stuff, selling stuff, everything I could to fill that gaping hole that I came out of my childhood with. And nothing would fill it. Nothing would even touch it, I learned a lot of stuff along the way, but the hole wasn't getting filled. So I go to church with my friend Elizabeth, and I get saved again, and it was weird because, I swore like a trucker back then. I don't know if your truckers swear, but our truckers swear. So, my son's a trucker too, oh my Lord. It's always fun when he visits. Love you, Christopher. I get saved, and all of a sudden I realized like a couple days later that I've been swearing. I'm like, what? That's so weird. And then when people swear around me, because everybody does, I cringe, and I'm like, I like the F word, God. Why is it bothering me? And so, because sometimes it's just appropriate. Not anymore. You say sometimes I don't think. So, and God actually blessed me. When I got saved this time, when I got saved at 7, until I met this woman, Elizabeth, nobody really came into my life to guide me. Nobody taught me about Jesus or God. I knew about God, and I knew Jesus was God's son, but nothing connected for me. I didn't know what it all meant. And so this woman just, she seriously threw me in the backseat with her kids, who were like, 8, 7, and 5. And so for a little while, they thought I was one of them, but I said, no, I'm a grown-up. I don't act like it all the time, but I am a grown-up, so I'm going to go hang out with them this time. But they were like my saving grace for a long time, because when you first start to go to church and stuff like that, you're thinking like, people are looking at you. So it was nice because I could focus on the little kids and still be listening, but So I was soaking it in, but she introduced me to a woman named Emma. Emma? Yes. Or Emma. Oh my gosh, it was so long ago. She's passed away now, but, and she was going to teach me about forgiveness.